Hello there! Welcome back to another episode of City Skylines in the city of Arcturus with me, Sir Ender. We are looking at some residential area here that we need to expand. We're going to try to hit this 6,000 population milestone so that we can get some high density so we can expand a lot faster too. Oh, this is the small city. We need big town, so we're trying to hit big town and get these high density zones. So I think we're going to have to expand up into this area. I've decided I don't think I want to put the oil industry up here. I think that would be too much industry along with the forestry. It would cause a lot of congestion in the traffic. So what I want to do is move that, place the oil industry down here. There's a big spot here. Look at that. So we'll move it down here. And then there's also a lot of forestry down here. So forests. So we could even put more or even move this whole industry down there instead, depending on what we want to do with this area later. So the first thing we need to do is continue our grid out. Oh, and we're making money pretty well. So this is, I'm recording this directly after the last episode. So this is all the money we got in the last episode. So I haven't let the game run in between or anything like that. Although I might need to do that at some point. Let's see. Let's move these rocks out of the way. We might be able to make a little seaside area over here at some point. Boy, that really cuts into the terrain. Let's just lift that up a little bit. And we'll set that to the same height. Yeah. And then once we move that over, it'll be a little bit better. Okay, so I'm going to just going to go ahead and continue this road straight down through here. I think I'll use just the regular road for that. Yeah, I don't think I want to use the 2 lanes both ways road yet for here. You know, this might be, no, I think I need to go a little bit further. Let's look at this. Whoa, skipping the game there. Whenever I go across after I build this part, I don't want it to stick out too far into the water, or like the grid part to stick out into the water. Yeah, that's pretty close. So let's go ahead and build this further than we need, and then we'll see if we can't continue this arc. I'm not sure if I can get the same arc of that or not. And it's wanting to build it since that's higher for some reason. Yeah, that might be the right arc shape. Let's go ahead and force it to be to the terrain height. And we don't need this little piece anymore. And then what we'll do is use the move it mod again and set this height further down. Let's just go ahead and go to that height and see what we got. Boy, I don't know. I think we might need to go further down. I don't want there to be a giant cliff right before the water. So let's try this height of this corner down here. Oh, autosave, I think. So that definitely dropped it down. And then we'll just select all the nodes along this segment. And if we tell it to, let's see, down here, slope objects, it'll put a nice even slope between them, although they're set at the same height, so that means it should set them all there. Now for this one, we'll these definitely aren't at the same height, so when we do that, it will slip them nicely down. Let's see, turn that off and go into the terrain editor. And let's just use the smoothing tool. Let's see, about 150, 40. Smooth that out a little bit. As long as you can get a nice gradient, the terrain height won't make that much difference, but if there is a big difference, then it just cuts into the ground so strangely on this game, so I don't really like that. We might I need to build the land out a little bit more. I think I will right here. Just build that out. So build it out more than you need and then quickly do that. And once the water recedes, it'll be a little bit more even. I know we've done that on this part already, but that still doesn't look right. Go ahead and try that again, this section. So I'm going to set the brush strength down. I think I'll set it down to 0.25. And then try the smoothing tool and see if that doesn't help a little bit more. Yeah, that's a much better gradient now. And then when we turn that view off, you can see it much better. That looks like a much more normal coastline, I think. Alright, I kind of flooded the road a little bit, but it'll be alright. So let's get into this little section and build some roads. Let's see. Not sure if I want to continue this same kind of grid because that's a long way across the grid there. I think what I might do is start a grid this direction instead. Whoops, I need a straight line. I think I'll start at this end in case, well, I'm sure it's probably not going to line up to where I have exactly the right amount in the middle here. Now I'm kind of over on both, but that'll be alright. And I think what I'll do is go every other road here, so I'll just skip that one. This might, so that would be on a different grid here, so I'm not going to do that. Let's just see how long this one is. 20. That's 48, so I'm just going to cut that in half and try to go 24. Yeah. This does not have to be perfect by any means, so let's just see what happens if we do that. I'm not even going to worry about that broken grid there because this piece, I want that to connect. You know what, maybe I can just kind of connect off of this corner instead. So if we redraw this road now, that will redraw the grid. This is still going to be a little bit wonky, so I don't suppose it really matters. Alright, so I think I'll leave that like that. Maybe we can put some bigger parks in here and kind of fill in that little piece that's not used. Let's look at the services here. We're definitely going to need another fire station up here if we don't have one already. Oh yeah, we have one here. We probably need to put a couple more in. I'm going to stick one right here. So that'll help to cover this area up a little bit more. And since this area isn't really covered very well, I'm going to put one over here. I think I'll put one at what would be this corner whenever we finish the road grid out. So if we zoom way out, we should see some better coverage here, which I think it already actually updated the coverage. So now the police, I know I put one here. I think that should be enough. We can revisit that later. Okay, so medical coverage, we're definitely going to need some more. I don't think I want to go for hospital quite yet. What's this building? This is a kind of different hospital. A hospital asset. Oh, we do have access to the child and senior care. Wow, that covers a lot of area. I might have to stick one of these in just to get the benefits of it, because this will help them to upgrade their houses a lot. Let's stick a child care right here on this corner. So those houses will regrow. That'll be fine. I think that was the child care. Yeah, it's the smaller one. And the senior care, I think I'll stick that over here. Let's stick it on the next corner up. That's quite a large building, but those will regrow okay. So hopefully that will help them to upgrade their houses, and then we can start filling this in. I think this should probably be commercial to separate from the noise and pollution of that, which is definitely there. Let's see, let's change to this. You know what, I just see that water symbol, and I'm going to go ahead and fill that in first. So here's an instance where I do want the road guidelines on, so I can find out right where that other one stops. And I'm going to turn them back off. And it looks like we can just go straight down this road here and cover everything. Alright, so now we can actually start putting into in the residential. Go ahead and do that. And that. And since we do have a need for commercial, I will go ahead and just fill all that in. We also need a little bit of industrial, which I think we'll get by doing what I said I would do at the end of the last episode, which is checking on the farming industry. While the residential builds, we'll check down here. We did get to the third level of this. I didn't even know we did that. So now we have to get up to 550 workers, so we need 120 more. So let's check at what that unlocked for us. Farming industry. So we have that already. We have the cattle shed already. This is new, I think. The milking parlor. The barn and the grain silo we had. These larger farms, or fields, that we definitely need. What building was this down here? That's the cattle shed, yes, and the flour mill. So the unlocked one is the milking parlor. So that won't need farmland. So let's see if we go into this view. It won't need to be placed up in here. That's where we put the fields and things like that. So we can put that down in this little block here. So we'll need a crossroads because that's too big to fit that way. I guess I could stick it all the way down at the end here. Like that. Once I build the industry area. I don't think I want it all the way down there, so I will build a crossroad. Let's go ahead and build it right where, if I want to, I could continue it out past that recycling center. And we will stick it this direction. And then we will also put a medium crop field. So the estimated production here is 8,000. Up here it's 8,000. So these are both touching the best farmland. So that's good. I'll go ahead and do that. I'm not sure how I want to work this area up here. I don't think that's going to be able to fit a large crop field all the way across. But also there's not enough spaces left, or there's too much space to fill in with regular industry too, so I just have unused area. See, we've already had the animal pastures. Yeah, that's what I have here. So let's try the medium crop field over here also. I'm just gonna put, oh, well, there we go. We hit the big town. So our residential must be growing over there. Do that there, and then I want one of these fruit tree fields, or actually more than one. I think for this, though, I'm going to build a road here. And let's see, fruit tree field. Is that big enough to get to? No, it's not. Of course not. Is it big enough to get? That's strange. I wonder why it jumps like that. I don't know. Let's see, I do have the other district here, yes. So farming industry buildings will pop up here, so I'm going to zone some of those here just for a little bit, and then that will also actually wait, let's zone just those, and then I'll be able to put that other field there, so it'll pop into the area instead of, I'm not sure, sometimes they do that where they won't center on the right one. I don't know why. Let's check over here and see how our residential is going. Yeah, it's not even that filled in, and we hit the milestone. Let's check our services. Garbage collection is okay. Now we're making more than we can collect, but that's probably because the budget's not set until one collects more than it can hold, or 80% of what it can hold. Now schools, we might actually need to put another one down soon. I will actually. I'll go ahead and put an elementary school here because we'll definitely need that. Let's see, what would be the best place? I think I might have to put where some of these houses are to get the best coverage. So that'll be in the middle of this little area, so should be able to cover all of that well. So now that moved that up. Yes, that's very good. Did we get access to universities? We did. So now that we have access to them, we're going to have to put them down. Okay, so now that the budget's got itself back to a medium point, that's still fine. So, healthcare, autosave. Okay, healthcare. It's okay. Did we get access to the crematoriums yet? No, not yet. 13,000. We might need another cemetery at some point. although the usage is only 1% so far. So those are working too. Let's check our leisure. Oops, that's not it. There we go. Let's get rid of that and check the leisure so it's actually viewable. Alright, so we definitely have good coverage outside the park here, but not so good over here. We need to put a park down in this area. Probably something around here too. And then actually the industry does need some parks or plazas, and then the good thing to put there is a plaza. So let's check on that. This is a nice big one. Although if I put one over here, it would actually help a little bit better with the residential too. I think I'll do that. Yeah, so that definitely changed the industry. And let's see, for this area up here, I think I'll just do a real park. Might end up, oh, that's the big one. I don't want the big one, I want this one. Well, no, that's still too big. Okay. Large playground, will that fit? Yeah. What does the small playground look like? How about something like a tropical garden? What does that look like? That might work a little bit better. Actually, that doesn't have a very big area of effect compared to the other things, so I don't think that would be very good. I think I'm going to have to put it over top of those houses. Yeah, so those immediately turned a little bit more brown instead of red. And then that just upgraded. That's commercial industry, or commercial area. Zoom in a little bit. Yeah, that looks like a nice little strip of commercial there. Okay, so that's working all right. Let's check on our park here. Just waiting on visitors to get up to the next level of the park. I did unlock that second level, so I might have some more items to use in there, but we'll just wait on that till the next time. Let's go back to the farming industry. One thing I didn't really do is look at this screen whenever I first came over here. So let's see, we do have enough spots for workers, we just need to get them in there. So that just will take some time, and now that I have high density, I'll be able to put some of those areas down and get a lot more people faster too. So let's see, I suppose we could use some more of these kind of a higher quality good making buildings down. So the milking parlor is making animal products, that's making animal products. And the flour mill is the only thing that makes us flour. So we might actually just need to put another one of those down. Oh, that fits perfectly that way, doesn't it? I'm going to put that there and then zone a little bit more of this industry here. Check on this zoned industry. Yeah, so that's just some fields that grew in. And then one thing I did want to do is place a small fruit field here. I think that's what that's called. Yeah. And so those are growing two different kinds of things. Let's change that. Oh yeah, let's try a greenhouse. I have two greenhouses here. And this is their experimental field. Okay. Oh yeah, we also have the crop field. Let's change that to wheat. So it's bright yellow. Let's see, we also have some industry, or some offices rather, now that we've unlocked all this. So we can actually zone office here. Although with what I've just zoned, this is kind of going down, so I don't think I want to do that right now. All right, everything's looking up. Let's check the traffic, because I see there's a lot of cars here on the road. Everything's looking okay. Definitely gone down a little bit. It was 91 a few episodes ago when I checked. This road here is starting to get to be used as a main road. I'm not sure why the industry would be taking that road to get around here maybe instead of this one. So we might have to expand these roads out like I was saying that I would eventually do. Might be time to look at that. But I think for now I'll wrap things up. I try to usually keep it under 30 minutes. So we want to make sure we don't go too long, unless everybody wants to see long videos. So you can let me know in the comments if you're watching this and you want to see more in one video, or if you'd rather see a bunch of shorter videos. Just tell me what your preference is, and I'll see what we can do here. But for now, I'll say thanks for watching.